Welcome to the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series, round 15 here from Darlington. Starting on the pole today will be David Scott, and alongside him is Chris McLean. Now here's the rest of your lineup. Courtney Barlow, Mary Baker, Courtney Simpson, Sean Galligan, Gino Harvey, Phil Jones, Chris Summers, Ziggy Bain, Timmy Patrioli, Colin Wills, Christian Brannon, CJ Lorca, Tom Wayne, John Andretti, Josh Courier, Garrett Jones, Bridget Fairley, Josh Mabe, Matt Bullock, Colin Cropley, Dylan Schwallenberg, Christian James, Tim Baker, Steve Dillon, Ralph Green, Christian Baker, Josh Gwynn, Matthew Lube, Jordan Spencer, Brendan Nauman, Hunter Stone, Michael Harvey, Kurt Kozlowski, Thomas Shane, Bryce Harvey, Greg Jones, John Dillon, Greg Brown, Dougie Shears, and Alex Filter. Alright, so that is the start. Or that's how they will start for today's race here at Darlington. As we all know, the high line is obviously preferred at this racetrack, so it should be very exciting because they've always been sliding around in this series, so it should be interesting. This could be a wreck fest. Just like the first about 10 races. Here we go, off of 4. David Scott will lead them down to the green flag. Out of 4. Green flag in the air. David Scott and Chris McLean lead him down. Chris McLean actually beat David Scott to the line, but it's okay because he made that pass on the outside of the racetrack. Cannot make a legal pass on the inside before the race starts. And David Scott leads out of 2. And I hope everybody made it through there alright. We're not going to check because this battle for the lead is going to heat up as Mary Baker... Oh, Courtney Barlow! Wow. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Chris McLean made contact with David Scott and they're all around on the front stretch. Oh, Gino Harvey and Ziggy Bain are wrecking. And I think we still have to race back to the line. Okay, thank God we don't have to. So let's get back to the replay here. Alright, right here there's a glare because this race is under the lights here, but yeah, that went away quick. Watch the 15. We're circling it right now. Up off of turn 4, David Scott hit the wall and just bounces off, hits the 15, spins him in front of the pack. And there's a better view as the camera got readjusted here. And then Ziggy Bain further up wrecks Gino Harvey and everybody from here. Christian James. Let's pause this replay and get a TV camera. Here. You know what? Let's go with this view. Let's just see who's wrecking here. Christian James. Oh, I believe possibly Joshua Gwynn. He prefers Joshua, I guess, but no, I think he is okay from this. Yes, he is. Okay, so there's Colin Cropley. I don't know what he's doing on the apron. Season 3, he will be driving the 8 Budweiser car. He will return to the series, but yeah, looks like that's it. So let's get back to the restart. The lights are out on the pace car. So here's how they will restart. Restarting on point will be Mary Baker, then Sean Galligan, Colin Wills, Christian Brannon, Josh Courier, then Phil Jones, Colin Cropley, Timmy Patrioli, and CJ Lorca, and John Andretti, sorry. I thought CJ was the last driver in the top 10. Then Garrett Jones, Christian Baker, Bridget Fairley, Matt Bullock, Josh Gwynn, your top 15. So, as we head around this 1 1/3 mile racetrack, geez, they are sliding. Here on these pace laps. Here. No, I guess we don't have a flyby cam off turn 2 here. Thought we did. Okay. So as we head down the back straightaway, Sean Galligan is restarting second. He's never won a race in this series, but he has come close so many times. It's about time for him to get his first win, and it could come right now. As we are going to restart on lap 6 of 37. Yeah, it'll be about 32 to go still. Yep, 32. Okay. And I just noticed something else here. 2 Dodges will lead them down to the green flag, and then 2 Fords follow. And then a Dodge, and then a Chevy, and then a Chevy, and then Chevys and Pontiacs. Okay. The pace car dives onto pit road, and off of 4, Mary Baker will lead them down. Green flag back in the air. Mary Baker, lead them down. Up into turn 1. Nobody's going to make a move. This track's racing groove is pretty narrow, so nobody really wants to risk anything, and I can't blame them for that. Here we go, off of 2 down the backstretch. Everybody remaining single file, but here comes Galligan to the inside. Sean Galligan to the point. And oh, Mary Baker's in the wall. Look out. And oh, there was contact. And oh, Joshua Courier. There was contact. I don't know if they wrecked. Josh Courier's still there. Mary Baker's still there. Man, these guys back here are just so close. Racing so aggressively. There's Chris Summers. He's kind of a favorite coming into this race to win, but he is struggling right now. There's Brendan Amman in the 24. He is kind of struggling right now. And, uh-oh, I'm hearing a wreck. Further up. Oh, no. Mary Baker on her lid. Holy cow. I think I saw... Oh, wow. 2 female drivers. As we saw Barlow on her roof. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see what happened. Alright, we're going to need an aerial view of this. Right here, 2 female drivers banging on each other here on the back straightaway. A lot of female drivers were affected by this. So Mary Baker and Bridget Fairley get turned right in front of the pack. Matt Bullock is there, and Josh Gwynn, another point champion contender. Wow, that did not make sense. Oh, Brendan Amman. Amman was so close to getting through there. That would have been incredible if he could have. Then Gino Harvey just got into Mary Baker, flipped her over. Christian James coming into the picture. He wrecks. There's Bridget Fairley running off there. John Dillon. And, yeah, Mary Baker. We will not have a chase. It has been announced. The original thoughts were to have a chase, but we are not going to. So that's going to be a little bit of a shake up there in the standings because Mary Baker and Josh Gwynn were the point leaders. And let's get back to the restart. Well, I don't know what is up with Darlington because in the Craftsman Car Series, another strange thing happened where everybody was stacking up, sliding everywhere. And look at this. Terrible news for the owner of the Craftsman Car Series, Sean Galligan. Look at this. He was scored first the last time they crossed the line, and let's watch him come off 4. We were watching the pace laps, and all of a sudden he turned down to the inside line, and then he just fell back and then came back into line. So let's see where he will be for this restart. I'm not sure if the lights are out on the pace car, but we have a little bit of confusion here. So Galligan crosses the line in 12th. So, no, that might be 12th. Okay, the lights are still on the pace car, but we should mention another thing here. So, we know Mary Baker's done. Let's see, Josh Gwynn, is he in? Yes, he is. So, Josh Gwynn, the 2-point contenders here. These two seem to be the two that'll would be the only 2 guys contending for the championship. Well, not guys, because one of them is a female driver, but yeah, right now it looks like it's just going to be a 2-horse race for the championship, and we're only midway through the season, but yeah, like I just mentioned, we're only halfway through the season. There could be a lot that could still happen. So, let's go through your top 10, because the lights are still on the pace car, but we can still talk about some of this stuff here going on. Restarting on point will be C.J. Lurka, then Phil Jones, John Andretti, Garrett Jones, and Ralph Green, your top 5. Then Tim Baker, Ziggy Bain, David Scott, Kurt Kozlowski, and Chris Summers, your top 10. And then Steve Dillon, Dylan Schwallenberg, Jordan Spencer, Dougie Shears, and Alex Filter. And actually, Galligan is 16th. I'm not sure if that was a scoring error the first time around or if he fell back more, because I'm pretty sure he's just ahead of the 67, so it might have just been a scoring issue. Alright, the lights are still on the pace car because we have not made another cycle around this racetrack. Let's see if the lights go out this time, and if not, we can go over a few stories Even if they are out, we can go through maybe one. Pace car crosses the finish line, and they are out, but let's just go over a few quick stories. Garrett Jones in the 18. He is running 4th for this restart, and the thing about him is he is struggling very bad in points. He's not mathematically eliminated, but he's realistically eliminated from the championship right now. At least in my eyes. There's really no way for a 40th place driver in points to come back, unfortunately, for Garrett Jones. He's starting to turn it around, though. He had a very rough start to the season. He's starting to turn it around. Maybe he could get a top 20 in points if he can continue his good runs. Here we go to another story. Ziggy Bain. He won at Nashville by a close finish between Chris McLean, but since then he's not had too much luck. He is right now running 7th. And the last driver to update you guys on yet again, Josh Gwynn. He is going to restart 23rd. And Mary, are they going back green or are they just speeding up? Okay, never mind. Let's see. So he was 23rd. Mary Baker is scored 38th. So that is a big differential in points, but who knows what could still happen in this race. It's been a pretty unpredictable race up to this point, as we're on lap 11 of 37, and we'll go green here on lap 12. Here we go, off of 4, CJ Lorca will lead, and here we go, green flag in the air right about now. CJ Lorca leads them down to the green flag. Into 1, Garrett Jones looks to the inside. Now he thinks better of it. Goes back to the inside of, or back behind John Andretti. Off 2, I heard a few cars into the wall in the back, but that could just be getting Darlington stripes. And now Phil Jones side by side. He puts Lorca in the wall. And out of 4, oh man, CJ nearly wrecked the pack behind him. And now into 1, 2 Jones going for the lead, not relatives. Garrett Jones to the point at Darlington, and they're too busy battling for 2nd to go after the leader here of Garrett Jones. Garrett Jones leads down the back straightaway. I believe this will be his first lead lap in the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series if he can make it around this time. Tim Baker, his teammate, closing in at a very fast rate, and Garrett leads the lap, but it looks like it's not going to last much longer. Tim Baker goes to the lead, and Garrett's going to fall all the way back to maybe about 4th, but he's still getting freight train. He may fall to 5th. Yeah, he's going to be 5th right here. Ziggy Bain looks inside, going for his 2nd win of the season in the 22. Makes the move inside, and it is successful as Tim Baker's in the wall. A lot of cars getting their Darlington stripes, and Phil Jones got put in the wall, it looks like, by Tim Baker, but I think he's okay. I think he just got clipped. Yeah, he just got clipped. There's single file for a ways back, so let's check in on a driver in the point standings. 24th for Josh Gwynn right now, and he's kind of running out in the back with Matthew Lube. Bryce Harvey towards the back, a few of these guys. Uh-oh. I'm hearing cars in the wall. That might just be Darlington stripes. Man, this track is pretty loose today. It's not as bad as the tracks have been in the past. And Garrett Jones back to the point of Ziggy Bain. As we were checking through the pack there, he must have gotten into the wall pretty hard or something, because he has fallen back to maybe about 8th or something like that. And the caution is out. Alright, let's see what happened. Wow, this is incredible. Alright, we're coming through 3 and 4, and John Dillon gets turned by Jordan Spencer. It doesn't look like anything major here. He's just spinning, you know. And coming up here in a few seconds, it gets wild. Bryce Harvey has a very near miss. And look at this, Josh Gwynn, a points contender, clobbers him. Into the catch fence goes John Dillon. And Josh Gwynn barrel rolling, John Dillon barrel rolling. This is incredible. 2 cars upside down at this racetrack. That is not something you normally see. And Chris Summers, 3rd in points, got through this. So that's going to help his chances to be the champion. Shouldn't talk about championship right now, but wow, there's Josh Gwynn. He's done. And John Dillon is going to be down here in a second. Alright, but other than that, that was the only crash I saw. But for a second here, oh no, Matthew Lube. Something may have happened to him in this. Oh yeah, he just hit Gwynn, it looks like. Yeah, Gwynn hit him and then he hit Gwynn and he just blew his engine. It was a pretty bad hit, but nothing compared to what those guys took. So let's get back to the restart. We are about a lap and a half away from the restart. We normally go with about 1 lap to green flag racing, but we're going to go a little bit early here so we can get a little bit more in. Garrett Jones will restart on point. Then we got Phil Jones, Kurt Kozlowski, Steve Dillon, and Dougie Shears, your top 5. Then Sean Galligan, Dylan Schwellenberg, Alex Filter, Timmy Pacioli, and Colin Kroppel, your top 10. Christian Baker, Colin Will. Oh, wait, yeah, I was right there. Okay, David Scott and CJ Lorca and Ziggy Bain, your top 15. John Andretti, Tim Baker, Bryce Harvey, Greg Brown, and Christian Brannon. So, restarting on point, as we've mentioned, is Garrett Jones. These are his first lead laps in the series. Let's see, the lights. Alright, yes, the lights are out on the pace car. 2 Jones will lead them down to the green flag, if you have not noticed that. As we've mentioned before that, though, they are not relatives. They just happen to have the same last name. Garrett Jones, this is his most competitive run this season. I would say his best run up to this point might have been in Talladega. I want to think that was it. No, wait. I can't quite remember. Garrett maybe finished last at Talladega. I know he finished last in one of the last few races. It might have been Coca-Cola. It might have been Talladega. I'm sorry. I forgot. Oh, yeah, the car's coming up off 2 in the background there. One driver to check on here, Pacioli. He has fallen out of the chase after a good start. He's faded. He has a win this season, but that's not going to help him make the chase because we have already said there will be no chase. Because it can be just as exciting without it. Alright. Garrett Jones and Phil Jones lead him off of 4. Here's a fact right here. The top 5, none of them have won a race. Top 6, I don't think, have won a race. So we have a very good chance of having a first-time winner here today. And Garrett Jones is hoping it's him, and he has the best shot of anybody right now. Here we go. Out of 4. And green flag back in the air. We're racing again from Darlington. Garrett Jones leads them off into 1. Phil Jones going to hold his line. He's not going to make a move on Garrett right now, so he might let Garrett lead this lap again. Off of 2. One reason why Garrett Jones is leading is because I don't think he's gotten his Darlington stripe yet. And hopefully that yet is something that doesn't end up happening. Oh, I don't like that. There it is. He's into the wall, and now Phil Jones will take the top spot. Whoops. And Dougie Shears, he's coming into the picture here. Whoops. Right there, the 86. He has had a very rough season, and he's actually looking inside right here for 2nd. He has help from Galligan. I think Dougie Shears may have led last week, and Phil Jones is into the wall, and Dougie Shears to the lead. And further back, they were kind of fanning out off 4, trying to get that figured out because there's a lot of cars hitting the wall. And now Galligan to the point again from Darlington. This is having as many lead changes as Daytona can have in the Sprint Cup Series, where we have about 80 lead changes. This is crazy. But Galligan is the leader right now, but not much longer. There goes Schwallenberg. Uh-oh. There's no caution, but we saw the 16 pulling into the pits of Colum Wales. So I don't know what's up with him there, but we have 15 laps remaining from Darlington. And hopefully they're exciting, but not a wreck fest. Here we go. Pacioli looks inside. We said we would more than likely have a first-time winner, but yeah, I'm telling you right now, the top two have both won a race. So now Garrett Jones to second. And now the leader has won a race, but the next three cars forming a line there, they have not won. David Scott hasn't won. So now 4 of the top 5 have never won a race. And maybe we can have a first-time winner here today. Garrett Jones off of 2. He leads. And Cropley's going to look inside. Galligan and Cropley don't get along the greatest, but it looks like Galligan's going to help him go to the lead, but he might go for it here on the front stretch. David Scott looks inside. The draft isn't going to be too big of a factor at this track, so I don't think pulling in front of somebody will get you a draft early, but it could help you a little bit. As Galligan now goes to the point again. Further back, one driver we need to check in on, Garrett Jones. He had been leading maybe about a lap or 2 ago. He's down to 7th. And that was as of last time, and he looks to be fading further back as he's hitting the wall pretty hard there. And Pacioli almost ran him over off corner exit. He was scored 9th that time. And whoa, Bryce Harvey, Steve Dillon, Phil Jones, David Scott. Oh, caution is out. Alright, let's see what happened. This is what has brought out the 3rd caution of the day. Christian Brannon hits the wall, bounces into Jordan Spencer. That looked a little bit like Brian Scott's crash in the Nationwide Series at this track, and he just slams the inside wall. It was a pretty big hit there for Andretti. He's probably going to be okay. That wasn't that bad of a hit, really. For this series, the cars are very durable. They should be okay, but... So that's really all that happened in that crash, so let's get back to the restart. We have done this in the past, though, and quite a bit in this race. So we're going to go a little bit early. So David Scott has the lead, then Phil Jones, Steve Dillon, Bryce Harvey, and Greg Brown. Then Sean Galligan faded to 6th. Then Dougie Shears, Colin Cropley, Christian Baker, Garrett Jones faded to 10th. And Timmy Pacioli, Dylan Schwallenberg, Christian Brannon, Jordan Spencer, and CJ Lurk, your top 15. One driver to check on, one of your points contenders now that the 2-point leaders are out. Running 19th place and not making the best of it here today as he needs to, Chris Summers. Let's see if the lights are out on the pace car. No, they are not, so we still have a ways to go. So, back to Summers. He needs to finish, I would think, in the top 5 to get the point lead after this race. And let's see where those guys are running right now, the 2-point leaders. Josh Gwynn is going to finish 27th unless he gets back into this race. 27th for him, and I believe it's 38th for Baker. Yep, Mary Baker will finish 38th. We checked on her before, so we kind of thought it was going to be 38th. Alright, so there's going to be 22 cars left in this race when we restart. We can look up through the pack again quick. And let's go over a few more random things here. A few little facts. Alright, in the top 5, only one driver of those, no, 2 drivers of those have won, and that is Phil Jones, who won at Coca-Cola, and Steve Dillon, who won at South Boston. David Scott's going to lead him down. He has never won. And Bryce Harvey's never won. Greg Brown has never won. Galligan's never won. Shears hasn't. Cropley, no. Christian Baker, no. Garrett Jones, no. Pacioli, yes. Schwallenberg, yes. Brannon, no. Spencer, yes. Lorca, no. Tim Baker, I believe, has won in Season 1. I don't think he has in Season 2, though. No. Or yes for Ralph Green. No. I want to say no for him. Summers, no, he's never won. Ziggy Bain, yes. John Andretti, yes. Alex Filter, yeah, no for Filter. And Courier, no. Alright, so the lights are out on the pace car as I believe the pace car is rolling through 3 and 4. Let's see if we can see anybody crossing the start-finish line. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're running 3 and 4 right now. Let's check. I'm trying to see from the area around. This is turns 3 and 4. And I can't tell. Oh, yes, this is turns 3 and 4. Oh, never mind, this is turn 2. Saw the white, or the yellow line on the inside. I thought that was only in 3 and 4, but I guess not, so we still have about half a lap from the restart. So, hopefully we can get a first-time winner, get a new driver in victory lane. Right now, it's looking good for David Scott. And we will restart with 8 laps to go, because we'll restart on 30 of 37. It sounds like 7 laps to go, but it actually won't be, because you have to count the last lap, too. So, David Scott rolls through the center of 3 and 4. I believe everybody's pretty much had their Darlington stripe, and they're kind of ready to get out of here by now, so it's a good thing we're restarting with a small amount of laps to go for these, or for some of these cars, or drivers. Alright, out of 4, David Scott leads him down, and green flag back in the air. David Scott leads him to the green. Man, Steve Dillon did not get going, and it looks like it's going to be Scott and Phil Jones. Right now, it's going to be those two guys going for it, but I wouldn't count out Steve Dillon. Yeah, he's already coming. Bryce Harvey's going to look inside of him, though. Too wide at this track. Normally it does not work. But in this series it seems to, even though we have quite a few wreck fests. And uh-oh, David Scott's into the wall. Look out. Oh, man. That got close. So that time around, Phil Jones led. A caution right now would put us at maybe 2-lap shootout to the finish. So hopefully we can stay clean. Not sure if we can expect that at Darlington, though. Here we go. Steve Dillon to the inside. And Bryce Harvey's going to go with him, and maybe Bryce can make the move. And the leader, Phil Jones, is into the wall. And I think I heard a few cars spinning. No, the lights are still out on the pace car, so we'll be okay. And Bryce Harvey has the lead. He has never won a race in this series. None of the Harveys have. 2 of them are related. Michael Harvey's not related to Gino and Bryce, though. Uh-oh, look out! The leader is into the wall. And everybody survives it. Oh my goodness, the battle for the lead went bad. And oh no, Ralph Green. That will probably put an end to this race. So who wins this if it does? Galligan is going to win this race. At least it looks like that. It may be a 1-lap shootout, and that'd be crazy at this track. So let's see what happened. This is one of the stranger wrecks of the season. I don't think that's a word. Okay, anyways. So Ralph Green hits the wall and turns John Andretti, but look at this. The back end of Ralph Green's car comes back around, and they slide against the wall for pretty much half the turn. I mean, they're still going a good 60 miles an hour here. It doesn't look like it's that fast, but yeah, they're like, it looks like they're trying to go forwards, but they're going backwards, and they're going as hard as they can. And look out, Ralph Green. And here we go. A points contender comes in. Chris Summers is about to come flying in here. There he is. Slams into Ralph Green, flips him over, and Summers almost flipped himself there, but he got a little bit airborne, but it wasn't anything where it was really gonna flip over there. And oh, John Andretti got back underway, T-bones the 49 Ralph Green, and on all 4 wheels Ralph Green lands. So let's see if Galligan came off 4 with the leader, if something happened. Oh yeah. We were so focused on the battle for the lead that went wrong between Greg Brown and Bryce Harvey. Those 2 are probably kicking themselves right now. They are probably very mad at themselves because that ended the race, because off of 4, it looks like, I'm not saying it officially, This is the same thing that happened at Pocono. We don't know. Because right now we are on lap 33 of 37, which gives us about 4 laps, and that's about how many pace laps we run. So it'll probably be a 1-lap dash to the finish. If not that, it'll probably be the end of the race. I don't think we'll make it in a few pace laps, maybe only 2. That'd get us about a 2-lap dash. Alright, so let's get back to the possible restart. There's so much suspense to this right now, because if the lights on the pace car don't go out this time, it'll be Galligan's win. And Galligan is just hoping he sees that pace car in front of him. He really hopes the lights stay on. And in my opinion, I'm pretty sure that we will have a 1-lap dash. Because right now we're on lap 35, so if the lights on the pace car go out, we'll restart with a 1-lap shootout. Because we'll have to still go a cycle around, and then we'll be on lap 37 when the pace car dives down, and we'll have a 1-lap dash. Galligan holding back in the 9. He is hoping so much that he keeps seeing those blinking lights in front of him. And let's see if they do go out. It'll be Galligan's first win. There's got to be so much suspense for him right now. Here we go, out of 4. Alright, let's get a better view of this. And the pace car is going to cross the line right now. The lights are out. We will have a 1-lap dash. This is going to be crazy. Galligan will lead them down to the green flag. And we got Dougie Shears, Colin Cropley, Christian Baker, and Steve Dillon all within striking distance if the leaders make a mistake. Then Garrett Jones, Timmy Pacioli, David Scott, Christian Brandon, Phil Jones, and CJ Lorca. Oh no, CJ's 11th. Alright, so Tim Baker, Ziggy Bain, Jordan Spencer, Kurt Kozlowski, and Alex Filter, your top 15. Oh my goodness. This is going to be such a crazy restart. Galligan just needs to hold them off for 1 lap. But the thing is, how loose this track is. 3 and 4, they make 1 and 2 because they are not up to speed yet. But once they drive it down into 3 and 4 at about 170 miles an hour, they can't exactly control it because of how loose this track is. They're racing on slightly gripped ice, pretty much, is what some of these drivers are describing this track surface as. Oh man, this is going to be intense. Here we go. Out of turn 4, the pace car makes the move to pit road. Sean Galligan leads off 4. Here we go. The 1-lap dash to the finish of the Mountain Dew 500 is green. Galligan. He needs to time it out, and he timed it just enough where I think he may have gotten himself enough of a gap where I don't think Dougie Shears will be able to run him down unless he makes a mistake. Here we go, off turn 2. Galligan off 2 and down the backstretch. Cropley looks inside. Dougie Shears is going to go with him. They don't get a run. Galligan holds his lead through 3 and 4. He slides up. He's in the wall. Galligan's into the wall. Here comes Shears to the inside. He nearly wrecked Galligan off 4. Galligan wins his first ever Bass Pro Shops Cup Series race. What a good finish there. Wow. That last lap was insane. It seemed a lot longer than just 1 lap. But, wow. Sean Galligan wins his first ever Bass Pro Shops Cup Series race at Darlington. Shears, you put up a good effort. Cropley put up a good effort, but you weren't able to get him. So Galligan's going to be celebrating his first win. Let's get to the results. Alright, here are your official results. Winning the race was Sean Galligan, then Dougie Shears, Colin Cropley, Christian Baker, and Steve Dillon was your top 5. Garrett Jones, Timmy Pacioli, David Scott, Christian Brandon, and Phil Jones your top 10. The top 10 finished within 1 second of each other, actually 0.92 seconds. So that's pretty close. Think about it. And to think that the top 5 were separated by about 3.5 tenths. So, as you look on down through your results, you see points contenders Josh Gwynn and Chris Summers out of the race. And as you look further down, you'll see the more very high up point contenders. Mary Baker, she was the point leader coming into this race. And Christian James back there, he's had 2 wins this season. He won 2 of the first 3, and it's kind of gone downhill since. Bridget Fairley, Greg Jones, Brendan Nauman, a few guys back there that needed good runs, but they didn't. So, yeah, let's get the burnouts, and then we'll wrap up this race with the celebration screen for Sean Galligan. Congratulations to Sean Galligan on his first ever Bass Pro Shops Cup Series win.